Hi, Dr. Karen Can here, and welcome to another edition of the Spiritual Medicine Digest. Oh boy, this is going to be kind of long. Well, maybe it won't be long, but pretty intense week, I got to tell you. We went through, at least from my count, two major stages of ascension. How can I tell that? Well, multiple different ways, but one of the ways is that I have found some new entity interferences that I have not found before. And also, I tend to gain weight when we ascend, and my body tends to go, I can't quite integrate this fast enough, so then I have to help my body integrate it. So definitely, I've seen it in people. What you might be experiencing yourself is that suddenly you may find that you're just kind of sick and tired of something. And I've had two patients quit their very significant addictions this past week, and it was so exciting. I can't even tell you how pleased and happy I am. And that is one of those signs, is that you're like kind of tired, get bored almost, and maybe it's not so hard anymore to quit that sugar addiction or that nicotine addiction or whatever the addiction, drug addiction or work addiction or whatever it is. It's starting to feel uncomfortable. It's starting to feel like this isn't serving me, and it's staring you in the face. And we are still continuing a lot of work on healing healthy boundaries. So every day I am encouraging you, if you are a muscle testing or body code, emotion code person, and you do dowsing, to check how healthy are my boundaries with my past lives, how healthy are my boundaries with my future lives, how healthy are my boundaries with my significant other, my mother, my father, my job, that kind of thing. And interestingly, you can check how healthy your boundaries are to things like infections and toxins, aliens, if you want to, entities, that's all sorts of interesting stuff. And use your tools to then correct those that are imbalanced. So it could be body code, it could be emotion code, it could be energetic healing, it could be intention, it could be reconnective healing, whatever it is. I tend to use a combination of the body code, emotion code, and the Tolpacan healing method, which is my method using the wonderful archangel energies that I'm now sharing with the rest of the world. And specifically at my holistic healing event on May 14th and 15th, I'll be doing an introduction to that healing method. And basically it is very simple. We actually are able to attune to these energies, which we are open to. And you can always block them, of course, consciously, but you have the innate ability to heal already. And so if you can just be open to receiving and attuning these energies, you'll do what you've already been able to do but didn't know you could do before, and that is literally commanding a healing. So we'll be going through that in the introductory course in the holistic health event on May 14th and 15th. So a couple other things. The new entities, now they're not new. Now what happens is that as we ascend to higher stages, if you will, of ascension, it's sort of like we find yet another closet of ours that is filled to the brim of gunk and stuff that needs to be cleared. So it's not like you just have this one closet. As we have cleaned out the latest closet, now there's another closet behind the closet, sort of like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. There's a closet behind the closet. And then now there's all that stuff. And so sometimes it'll be becoming really, really uncomfortable. Certain boundaries of yours have been, smushed, and now you're really sick and tired of it. Or you have noticed that you feel kind of overwhelmed. So last week we talked a little bit about overwhelm. I, as an empath, can definitely feel some of these little snippets of overwhelm, and Mother Earth and I are very close, so I feel her stuff, and I do feel that little snippet of overwhelm from time to time from her this week as well. So if you're feeling this way, just realize it's just another stage of ascension that's going through, and there's more things to clear, more things to release. And it's not that because it's bad, it's not because it's necessarily evil, and I don't even necessarily see that the entities at this stage that need to be healed are necessarily bad or evil per se. I mean, because we all come from source. We all come from the same oneness. They're just fractals of the oneness as we are, playing their role in this three-dimensional world, and we are shifting that, going to the higher dimensions. so that they need as much help as the rest of us. So why not include them in the healing? So here are some of the things that I discovered with entities this week. I was checking my thyroid gland and noticing it wasn't happy anymore. I thought, well, that's kind of strange. I've been off thyroid medication for a while now, but was feeling kind of thyroidy, so to speak. Now, of course, I have the sense of being able to feel past, present, future, and many of you do as well. And so I checked, and sure enough, it was something in the future that I was reacting to. And what it was entities attached to T3, which is a hormone, the active hormone of the thyroid gland. Now, for those of you in the medical world, it kind of makes a little bit more sense. There are several different thyroid hormones. Your thyroid makes T4, and then it gets converted to T3, which is supposedly the active form of thyroid, and the one that pretty much tells the rest of the cells and organs what to do, and metabolism and things like that. Well, the T3 of my future self was unhappy because it had entities attached to it, and I thought, well, gee, I never thought of that. So I have a patient with thyroid issues, and she's getting better and better, but her lab test keeps showing really high levels of TSH, and it didn't really make sense why she still had this autoimmunity. We've been working, pretty diligently on it, but honestly, I was thinking we could go faster than what her lab shows, and sure enough, I checked for entities, and she did have entities attached to the neurohormones and the neurochemicals, and so we released those. So you might want to check to see if you suspect something, to see if there's any attached to that. Also, I realized I kind of really like this new bar that I was eating, this Primal Kitchen bar, and was like, wow, this is almost like I liked it too much. So I checked, and there were entities attached to the salt. Now, this could be salt of a whole bunch of different things, but I just happened to catch it here and released that. And there were some curses attached to coconut oil in other lives. And so, I mean, this sounds like really wild and weird stuff, but I'm weird, okay? My body feels this stuff. I mean, I can gain weight, and I literally was, going for a particular multivitamin that I still take, and immediately when I touched the bottle, I started getting tired, and then found that entities were, around the company that was making this vitamin. So cleared those. So maybe it's none of my business, but maybe it is. I don't know. So if it's easy for me, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. If it affects me, I'm definitely going to do it. So Mother Earth and I have been working very hard in integrating this ascension energy, and I'm helping her. So a lot of times I'm automatically proxying for her or feeling her stuff and asking, are my healthy boundaries with, do I have healthy boundaries with Mother Earth? And if not, healing those, and then going ahead and doing whatever healing I'm supposed to do, because her and I are, soul destiny partners. So I am supposed to feel her stuff, and that's okay. That's okay. I don't mind. The other things I wanted to share with you is that you may have new awarenesses like me as well. Like, so, I'm touching something, I start to feel tired. So really pay attention to how you're feeling, when you're around certain people, when you're eating certain things, and instead of being, kind of like totally on autopilot, if you pay attention, you'll get those intuitive signals of what serves and what doesn't serve you, and then you can intervene. So I was counseling a young person the other day. She was worried about, possibly, going to another country, and, her mom said that she might get killed or kidnapped or something like that. She was really scared. And I said, you have a really keen sense, sixth sense, and that's what causes some of the anxiety for some people. They're really attuned to other people's stuff. And I said, you know what? That's your superpower. You can actually use this gift and know how to control it so that you could feel into a situation and know whether it's for your highest and greatest good or not. And if that person doesn't make you comfortable, I don't really care how nice they are. Walk away, get away from them, because that's your sixth sense. So we are really being asked to not only respect and honor our new and developing empathic abilities, but also to learn how to control them responsibly and to act responsibly in terms of, how we work every single day of the year. Can we be completely conscious 24/7? Well, I'm not. It'd be nice, but we're working towards that. So we each have a responsibility to do that. And one of the things that will come up this week, or actually more and more, is maybe you feel a conflict with someone or something, and it's really bugging you. It's in the back of your mind. That is that, cobweb or that, stuck thing in that closet. That needs to be cleared. That cannot hang out there, and it's going to shout at you louder and louder until you clear and heal that. So really easy telepathy I want to show you today. It works like a charm. For me, it works in less than 24 hours. Every time I have an issue or conflict with someone, I'm feeling uncomfortable, you can use this. And you can use this for anything. It doesn't even have to be a person. And I love your feedback on how this works for you. So think of someone right now that you have issues with. Okay, when you think about them, you feel angst or anger or disappointment or depression or avoidance. Okay, you're not comfortable around this person. So that's the person you do the telepathy with. Now, you don't tell them that you're doing it. What you do is you get a journal or blank pieces of paper. I like a journal because then you can do it every day. Write their name at the top, and every single day for 30 days straight, list 10 things you appreciate about them. Now, sometimes magic happens within 24 hours and then you don't do it for 30 days, but I encourage you, especially with your loved ones, 10 things I appreciate about you. You sometimes get frustrated because that other person isn't listening, is having problems. Maybe they're a drug addict. Maybe they've lost their jobs. They're going nowhere. You know what? You can do a healing on them right now. You don't even have to know the Tolpacan healing method or the body code to do that. How you heal them is you write down 10 things you appreciate about them, and you feel the appreciation as you're writing this down. By the end of the exercise, you should feel good. I mean, you get a healing too, believe it or not. And you do this every day and just watch the magic happen. It has never not worked, at least for me and everyone I've taught this to. This is an easy form of telepathy. Why? Because they receive this packet of loving energy. They don't know who it's from, but when they're around you, they feel kind of like, kind of nice now. They don't know why, but they feel good. You might get an apology. You might get them acting as if nothing really bad happened between the two of you. Be open to being surprised. And as long as you continue this exercise, do the best you can. If you don't know the person that well, really dig deep. And if you think that, okay, I don't really know them, but I know they really like animals, so just say, I appreciate you on your journal. I appreciate you for how much you love animals. I appreciate you for how your earrings and your shoes match every day. I appreciate you that you're on time to work every day. I appreciate you for those wonderful, yummy dinners that you make. I appreciate you for how you make me laugh, or the sparkle in your eye, or how your nose is so cute, or whatever, okay? Think of something. You can think of 10 things you appreciate about the person, and this is an amazing way to heal other people without even really knowing them that well, okay? So, okay, that's your homework for this week. A couple other things. Now, I just interviewed Kelly Brogan, A Mind of Your Own. Awesome book. So if you know anyone that is struggling with depression, anxiety, this is a must read, okay? And especially if you're on medication you want to get off, this is a must read. She is an amazing woman and incredibly brave and courageous. And I got to tell you, last night before interviewing her today, I was woken up in the middle of the night. Why? Because I had a dream that I was literally suffocating. Someone was putting a pillow over my face and preventing me from breathing. And when I woke up, I knew immediately this was having to do with Dr. Kelly and her mission. Why? Because I'm an empath, so I muscle tested it, and that's what it was. So entities were indeed trying to get in and mess her up. Mess her up, mess her co-author up, and I went and did a cleanup job last night to protect them, so they are definitely protected now. And even in our radio show at the very beginning, before we went live, the phone lines weren't working, and I put on Jenny's MP3 to clear the psychic attacks, and then the phone lines worked. So, some of the stuff can be intense at this stage of ascension. So definitely support Kelly, get a copy of her book. There's definitely stuff people need to know about medications and drugs. Now, lots of things going on next Monday. we're going to be doing a radio show. It's going to be monthly, hopefully, with Jenny, my friend Jenny. We are going to do a monthly spiritual medicine show, meaning that every month we're going to be doing a show where, one, we talk about some spiritual medicine woo-woo stuff, give you some of the latest news on it. Number two, we're going to be doing a group healing. So if you're listening to the show either live or recorded, you will receive that healing. Okay, some of them are exercises that you do, but you will receive a healing. And then three, we're going to take live callers. So you have an urgent issue, you're worried about entities, clearing your home, somebody you love, that might have entities or curses or vows or something like that. We can help you. Okay, we're going to try to take as many people as we can in that hour after we do our exercises. So this coming week's topic is going to be about these contracts, curses, and vows, because a lot of this is clearing right now in all lives. So you don't know too much about it, join us on this show. Get on my mailing list so you know when the show is, what the show link is, and the phone number to call in. So if you have a question, we will have the chat open as well after we finish our exercises and our group meditation or healing. So we want to hear from you and to know what you need help with. And this is our way of giving back, so we can do freebie healings once a month for you. And of course, if you want to learn how to do it, we'd love that too. Please come to my holistic healing event May 14th and 15th. The website's www.karenkan.com/conference 2016 or retreat 2016 if you want to take a look at the itinerary, the schedule, and learn more about the workshop leaders. And I think that is it for this week. Oh my gosh, that was kind of long. But anyway, I was really excited to hear about the addictions being healed, and I hope that's going to be some of your story as well. Please share and subscribe to the YouTube videos if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel. Love to have some comments, and thank you for all the people that have given me constructive comments and positive comments for these videos, and that it's helping them. So bless you and love you all, and have a wonderful week. Stay aware, I can do that telepathy exercise, okay?